Jai Sri Krishna. In this session, we will begin with chapter 8 of the Bhagavad Gita by reciting verses 1 to 11. This chapter focuses on understanding the nature of the Supreme Reality, the path of liberation, and the process of transitioning at the time of death. It starts with the profound spiritual questions from Arjuna. So let's recite the verses, then look into the meaning and significance as we move forward. Arjuna watch Kim tad Brahma kim Adhyatmam kim karma purushottama adhibhutam cha kim proktam adhidaivam kimuchyate adhiyagyah katham kotra dehesmin madhusudana prayana kale cha katham ज्ञेयोऽसि नियतात्मभिः. Arjuna asks, what is Brahman or Brahman? What is Adhyatma? What's Karma? What is Adhibhut? What is Adhidaiv? What is Adhiyagya? And then he additionally asks, Adhiyagya katham kotra? Adhiyagya, where does Adhiyagya reside in our body? And at the time of death, how can you, as supreme entity, be realized, can be well known? So these are the queries with which this chapter starts. So Lord Krishna answers. Sri Bhagavan Vach Aksharam Brahma Paramam Svabhodhyatma Muchyate Bhut Bhavod Bhavakaro Visargah Karma Sangitah Adhibhutam Ksharo Bhavah Purushaschaधिदैवतम् Adhiyagyohamevatra Dehe Dehe Vritamvara Antikale cha Mameva Smaran Muktva Kalevaram Yah Prayati Samadbhavam Yati Nastyatra Sanshayah. Lord Krishna says, the indestructible and eternal essence is known as Brahma, Aksharam. Aksharam is something that cannot be destroyed. Aksharam Brahma Paramam is the supreme. So the Brahma is indestructible, supreme. Subhavo Adhyatma Uchyate. And the nature of Brahma is Adhyatma. Subhavo Adhyatma Uchyate. Adhyatma is something which is uh, free from material attributes. It's completely free from material attributes. So Brahma is eternal essence, and the nature of Brahma is Adhyatma. And the Gita teaches us to be Adhyatmic. Adhyatmic means to free ourselves from this material tint. Okay, to rise above the material plane. So that is Adhyatma, very important. Aksharam Brahma Paramam Swabhavo Dhyatma Uchyate. Bhut Bhavod Bhavakaro Visarga Karma Sankita. And the creative force, which is responsible for creation of various material objects and its transformation, is karma. Adhibhutam charo bhava. And bhut means, in Sanskrit, bhut means anything. Okay, anything material. Adhibhutam charo bhava. So anything that is doomed to change, doomed to destruction, is adhibhut. Okay? So ever-changing physical world is termed as adhibhut. And the divine consciousness is adhidaiv. Okay. And then Lord Krishna says, I as supreme entity am adhiyagya, who accepts the sacrifices done by this body. Okay. So basically, what does it mean? That the sacrifices, that is freeing yourself, or distancing yourself from the material desire, attachment, sensual demand. Okay, so freeing yourself from these things is sacrifice. Okay, it's a yajna. Okay, and adhiyajna is the acceptor, is the benefactor of all these uh, sacrifices, that we as human beings make. And what is the advantage? We reach near the nature of the ultimate or supreme eternal essence. Okay, that is free from the material tint. Then he says, whosoever remembers me and me alone at the moment of death with unwavering focus attains my divine nature. Attains my divine nature means attains freedom from attachment, desire, which are all the sources and causes of miseries. And there is no doubt about it. That's what he says. Lord Krishna further says, Yam yam vapi smarana bhavam tyajat yanti kalevaram tam tamevaiti kaunteya sada tad bhavu bhavitah tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yudhya cha mayyarpiti mano buddhire मय्यर्पित मनो बुद्धिरे मामे वैश्यस्य संशयः अभ्यास योग युक्तेन चेतसा नान्यगामिना परमं पुरुषं दिव्यं याति पार्थानुचिन्तयन् कविं पुराणम् अनुशासितारम् मनोरणीयम् अस्मनुस्मरेद्यः सर्वसिद्धातारम् अचिन्त्यरूपम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात्. Lord Krishna emphasizes that a person's state of mind at the moment of death determines their next destination. If one's thoughts are habitually consumed by material desires, their consciousness gravitates towards those desires, binding them to the cycle of birth and death. On the other hand, a mind fixed on the divine attains liberation from the miseries of material existence. So again, the message is that practice, do sadhana, to free yourself from material desire, to free yourself from the attachment to something which is doomed to destroy, which is doomed to change, which doesn't have eternal existence. This is the message. Krishna advises Arjuna, always think of me. Me as what? Always think of me as subtlest of the subtle. Hmm? Always think of me and engage in your duties, including the battle. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu. Sarveshu kaleshu means always, every time. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmar yudhya. Do the struggle of life, but always remember, when your mind is focused at me, you free yourself from the miseries of this world, even while you are fully engaged in it. So, by dedicating your mind and intellect to me through constant practice, you will surely attain me. And definitely, you will get freedom from the attachment, from desire, even while you are engaged in this world. Means you are engaged in the battle, the struggle of this world. But the advantage is you will be free from the miseries which are due to this worldly existence. So that's the parallel thinking. You do whatever you are doing, but parallelly remember that eternal truth, the eternal truth. And you see, remembering this eternal truth is more about understanding that all these things, the material, you know, material things, material gain, what you are going to get, or what people desire, are all doomed to end, will be over one or other day. Okay, so that's what understanding these felicity, okay, understanding these impermanence is understanding the truth. Okay, that's the message. He further describes, how one should meditate him, how one should think about the eternal truth, the supreme entity. Lord Krishna says, think of me as subtlest of the subtle, as omniscient, as maintainer of all, luminous like sun, beyond the reach of darkness, and with contemplating over me with such divine attributes, with unwavering focus, a seeker can transcend material bondage and unite with the Supreme. Lord Krishna further says, प्रयाण काले मनसा चलेन भक्त्या युक्तो योग बलेन चैव भ्रुवोर्मध्ये प्राणमावेश्य सम्यक् सौतं परम पुरुषमुपैति दिव्यम्. Lord Krishna explains that one who at the time of death fixes their mind on him with unwavering devotion and through constant practice, directing the life force between the eyebrows, means realizing the flow of air inside you. That's what the air which goes inside is the life force. Okay, the life force between your eyebrows. So this kind of practice, when you do with realization of what? The supreme essence, which is beyond material tint, he attains the nature of the supreme reality. Further says, Yadaksharam Vedivido Vadanti Vishanti Yad Yati Yogi Tiraga Yadichantu Brahmacharyam Charanti Tadati Padam Sangrahena Bravachi. Krishna then elaborates on the practices required to achieve this supreme state. So this state is what? Freedom from the taint of material existence, from material things, from desire. Desire of what? Desire of material things. Attachment to what? Material things. So he emphasizes the importance of transcending the material plane, transcend, rise above the material plane, by elevating one's thoughts and aligning one's practices with a spiritual truth, which is eternal. So those who truly understand the essence of the Vedas and live a life of devotion and discipline are worthy of attaining the ultimate spiritual state, that is union with the divine. So in the upcoming session, we will talk more about the wisdom that Lord Krishna has shared with us. So stay tuned and benefit from the wisdom shared by Lord Krishna. Thank you very much.